What's up guys? I thought I would make a quick video. I had a subscriber ask me if I could make a video about how I became an RN starting from high school through all the way up to now. So back in high school, the thing that got me interested into nursing in the first place was because I myself and one of my best friends was struggling a lot with some mental health issues. I was struggling personally with depression, and she was struggling with an eating disorder and borderline personality disorder. You know, at that age, I felt very lost. I felt very unknowing of who I was as a person, and I wasn't very happy with the person I was at all, and my self-esteem and self-worth for myself was very low. But there was a day that I finally overcame that, and I realized I knew I deserved better. I knew that there was happiness out there for me. I jump-started myself into this journey of finding happiness, finding self-love, finding self-worth, and that is honestly what kind of got me. That whole experience that I went through in high school is really truly what solidified me choosing nursing as my major in college, because I learned that nursing could go into so many different fields, psych being one of them, and I thought that would be perfect for me because I wanted so hard to be an advocate for those with mental illness. I wanted to let those, especially those in their teenage years, those are those suffering from that type of destructive mentality, self-destructive behaviors, I wanted them to know that it's okay, and I know that's how life feels at the moment, especially at that age, but it will get better. So I thought, I am going to become a psych nurse, and I told every single person once I got into the nursing program that was my journey, that was my realm, like that was who I was going to be. But okay, let's go backtrack again. So in high school, my grades weren't that amazing. I had maybe like a 3.0, maybe even lower, because, you know, I was struggling with my grades, I was struggling with my life. In fact, I remember at that time, I thought the best that I could do was possibly no college, or the best college that I could do was my junior college in the hometown that I live in. And I never in my wildest dreams when I was a senior thought that I would be accepted into any of the state schools that I applied to. But I was accepted to San Francisco State University, and that is where I headed. Freshman year of college, I was immediately put into all my prerequisites that I needed my first and second semester. The first semester I did pretty decently good. I think I got it on the dean's list, but my second semester I ended up joining some clubs and making myself a little bit more college experience centric, that my grades kind of didn't fare so well at that time, which was unfortunate because I feel that if I really truly applied myself in college during those first 2 years, I probably would have stayed at San Francisco State and probably most likely would have gotten my bachelor's there. But can't live in the past. I'm doing me now, and I'm still getting to the same goal that I originally wanted. By the time I finished my second year at San Francisco State University, I still didn't have some prerequisites that I needed, like psychology, microbiology, anatomy, physiology. Those classes I couldn't take at SF State without having to be, I don't know, I had no guarantee basically of getting into those classes. I ended up not choosing to stay another year at San Francisco State University because I felt like I was going to be wasting my time. I didn't want to continue to stay there if there was no guarantee that I was gonna get the classes that I needed. So I left SF State. During that summer, I took anatomy as my summer class, which I do not recommend because anatomy during a summer session is hardcore intense. Unless you have photographic memory, it is so hard. You have to memorize everything as a test pretty much every other day. I'm pretty good with memorization, but when it came to that class, it was so, I felt like I was taking it so seriously, and I still didn't even do that well. I think I only got like a B. No, I think I got a C in anatomy. C's get degrees, kids, okay? After I took my anatomy summer class, I found a program at Unitech in San Jose to take their LVN 11-month program, and my camera's about to die, so hopefully I can make this quick. That LVN program was super cool for me. It was a different realm. It was really hard for me to go from a really chillax college kind of schedule where I could choose when my classes were and you really didn't have to be there all the time, to back to kind of high school, because the program was from 8 to 4 I think it was 8 to 3 or 4 every single day, and attendance is mandatory. You could only, I think, get like 3 absences total during those 11 months. I think like four absences in theory and 3 maybe absences in clinical, and even if you have absences, you have to make it up with all these things. So I think I did make good use of those absences when I did have to, but the LVN program was my first glimpse into the nursing world. I thought it was really awesome that every single class was catered to nursing, which was the subjects that I wanted to learn about the most. The LVN program was also the most stressed out I had ever been. I think my coping mechanisms back then weren't as great as they are now. I think I was 20, turning 21 that year. Yeah, after the LVN program was over, which thankfully I was able to get through smoothly, I took my NCLEX for the LVN that following summer, and I passed on my first time and started working as an LVN shortly after. I got my first job as an LVN in March of 2015, but before that, so during that fall semester in 2014, I believe I started taking chemistry and psychology and sociology at my local community college, and while doing that I was also studying for the NCLEX and I was working at a boba shop. Then that spring semester in March, that's when I found my first LVN job, and I was finishing my prerequisites by taking physiology. I did take my T's somewhere in between all that. I believe I got an 84% on that. And then I went to inquire about the LVN to RN program at Unitech in Fremont. When I went to Unitech to see where I was at, if I had all the right requirements, they told me that they didn't accept my math, my elementary statistics, which was taken at San Francisco State. They didn't accept my English because I ended up not having to take English in college because I had tested out of it in high school. So they said because of that I would need to take English and math again, and I was just like, are you kidding me? They told me that I could also have the option of CLEPing out of it, and CLEP is kind of like a college level exam where you can test out of certain subjects, and that can count as your prerequisite, I guess. I don't know, but my original start date for Unitech was supposed to be June of 2015. It ended up being changed to around October of 2015 because from June to August I was figuring out my life. I was scheduling my CLEP test, I was making sure I had everything I had on hand, and yeah, it took me that long to, I guess, get everything together, but I did end up finally starting my 8-month LVN to RN bridge program October 2015. I graduated August 2016, which was last year, and I gotta say the LVN to RN program was definitely a lot more chill than my experience in the LVN program. I think that's another video where maybe I could talk about my Unitech experience because I have a lot to say about Unitech. Anyway, after I graduated, I scheduled my NCLEX as soon as I could, which was October 31st, and I failed. So took like a 2 to 3 month hiatus from life, rescheduled my exam for February 8th, passed on February 10th, and here I am now as an RN. Woo! Now working towards my BSN. I have been attending Western Governors University online, which is just their RN to BSN program online. It's as long as you make it, so I'm aiming to hopefully finish by September of this year. And after that, my goals after that would probably just be to work. I would want to expand my clinical knowledge and expand my skill set, and hopefully that will be what to expect for the next 5 years, and I will definitely be looking into getting my master's in nursing soon, but not until I get some experience. So that is hopefully somewhat a quick overview of how I became an RN and the steps I took to get there. Hope this answered your question, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks again for watching.